Hey guys, welcome back to Sex and Violence with Rebel Girl, where we interview top-level MMA fighters and other experts in their fields about love, romance, dating, and that all-too-taboo subject, sex. I'm your host, Ashley Rebel Girl Evan Smith. Now let's talk about sex and violence. What's up, all my naughty listeners? We are back with your favorite intrusive and TMI podcast, where we interview everyone under the sun, but primarily fighters. Today we have an awesome bass guitar playing, head banging, cool ass dude. But before we get to that, I'm going to catch you guys up with what's going on in my life, like always. The normal stuff. You guys know I'm still in PT. Good news, bad news. Good news is I'm doing multiple striking sessions a week, but there's this pain that comes into play when I throw the big gloves on. And so right now I got to just use the wraps and the pool noodles with my coach. And I was getting really upset and down on myself because I think I always have this very, very high bar, very high standard, regardless of going through spine surgery or not. And the other day, after I had a really good striking session, I was hurting, but then I thought to myself, like, why am I so upset with the fact that I'm not perfect right now? I'm 5.5 months post spine surgery, and I expect to be double legging and cracking the pads super hard and having amazing workouts. But the fact of the matter is that just a few short months ago, I couldn't even, shadow box, let alone wrap my hands and move around and hit the noodles. So I kind of had one of those corny light bulb moments where it was like, I just have to really try to accept that this is where I'm at, that not everything is going to be perfect. And, I've said this before, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can feel, the next fight date coming. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm just going to try to just accept that things are the way they are and appreciate where I'm at. So with that being said, still a long ways away from grappling and telling you guys about my next fight date, but I'm enjoying life. This past week, I actually got to reconnect with one of my old college wrestling teammates. She didn't go the MMA route after college. She was a wrestler from an early age, and she continued on the wrestling path. And she's an amazing person. She recently did the Olympic trials, and she's not going to make the Olympic team, but she's considering making another run. And we caught up, and it was bittersweet. I say bittersweet because she reminded me of a lot of things that I had done in my earlier years, drinking and partying and whatnot, that hurt her as a friend. And it's kind of crazy because, I tell you guys all the time how, sobriety has brought me a lot of cool things, and I'm glad to be improving myself and working on being a better person. But sometimes these old reminders of who you were come into your life. And this was one of those situations where we reconnected, and she told me her side of Ashley back then, and I didn't even know how much of a bad friend I was. And so it was bittersweet in the sense that happy I got to catch up with her and reconnect, but also reminded of what a shithead I was in the past as a friend. So I'm glad that it happened. It's one of those things, just like I talked about, things might not be perfect right now, but I'm going to accept that this is where I'm at and just try and make things better and move on. And that's really all that is going on with me right now. We're finally on season 2 of the podcast. So we have an amazing guest today. We're going to be doing some live streaming on YouTube that you guys can check out. And, other than that, I'm just trying to get back in the cage. One thing that helps me get back in the cage is my favorite A Botanical Bloom CBD sponsor. A Botanical Bloom has all products that are made with real CBD, not hemp seed oil. All their products are also lab tested, and they provide a QR code on the box. So if you're someone like me or just a regular person who wants to know exactly what goes inside your body, you can scan the code and see the results for every single product. They've got a whole bunch of different products. They've got tinctures, hand sanitizers, lip balms, vapor rubs, gummies with double the dosage of your average CBD gummy. And if you want to check them out, go to abotanicalbloom.com or on Instagram and Facebook, abotanicalbloom. Also, use code AshleyMMA for 20% off all your products. A Botanical Bloom has been a proud sponsor of the podcast, and do yourself a favor, go check them out. I've told you guys this last few weeks, especially. If you guys have any input on the show, guest suggestions, just want to tell me I suck or if I'm good, it doesn't matter. Drop us an email. It's Ashley, ASHLEE, at sexandviolencepodcast.com. I will also put it in the show notes so you guys can just click on that, copy paste, and send me an email. We are also now accepting new sponsors. We have some cool ones coming up early June. But if you want to promote your company or your brand, your product, please just send us an email, Ashley at sexandviolencepodcast.com. The fights are not tomorrow. This is the first weekend that the UFC is actually taking a break. Taken from MMAfighting.com, the UFC is taking a rare weekend off as it doesn't have a fight night scheduled for May 29th. Then last weekend's fight, I want to talk about it briefly because of course, I'm biased, but I was very sure that Carla was going to win. And my best friend, Carla Esparza, dominated in her fight against Jan. I always kill her last name. Jan Jonan. Basically just, took her down right away. I think she got a record of most ground strikes in one round. She also got performance of the night bonus, so she definitely solidified her spot, I think, for a title contention. And also the main event was pretty exciting. Rob Font beat Cody Garbrandt, former bantamweight champion. But the next weekend, so not this weekend, but the following weekend, I believe the date is June 5th, we have a UFC scheduled that will be heavyweight bout between Jairzinho Rozenstruik and Augusto Sakai, and that's the main event for UFC Vegas 28. All right, guys, I'm very excited about this next guest. Let's get to it. Today's guest is the bassist of the deathcore band Suicide Silence. The group released their debut album, The Cleansing, in 2007, and in 2009, they received the Revolver Golden Gods Award for Best New Talent. He first started playing guitar in Carnivorous and then ended up playing bass for Animosity before joining Suicide. He replaced Mike Bodkins as bass guitarist in 2008. He's from Pacifica, California, and is well known for bringing superb, fast-playing bass to Suicide Silence's crushing sound. His love for metal and all things gnarly is only matched by his love for MMA. We talk about pierced buttholes from Ft.Lauderdale, touring as a vet, less boners, groupie tails, cat butthole ears, naked MMA bets, almost breaking his dick from the top bunk, and so much more. Here's your guest, one of my best friends in the world, Dan Kenny. Okay, I'm so excited. We have our first in-studio guest. His name is Dan Kenny, a.k.a. one of my bestest friends in the world. Thank you so much for joining us, Dan.
Heck yeah.
How do you feel? Are you excited?
I'm excited. I haven't been on a podcast in like a month or two.
A month?
I'm excited. I did my guitar player Chris's podcast with our mutual friend Nick Vega.
Oh, did you?
The one that introduced us to each other.
Yes. Should we tell the story about how we met?
Yeah, well, let's go right off the bat.
Okay.
Pechanga Casino.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Vega introduces me to his friend Ashley Evans Smith, and I said, I don't think I was familiar with you fighting yet, but it was like a Bellator, a World Series of Fighting.
It was Bellator.
Yeah, and then I was just like, all right, cool. You're probably one of the first like fighters I've ever like met, and I remember I was like, I have a question for you. And you're like, what is the question? Because right off the bat, we hit it off. We're good friends.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's the question? I was like, when you fight, what do you do with those ears of yours? And you say, what do you mean? You're like, I was like, what do you do? What if someone rips out your ear? Those cat buttholes.
For those of you listeners who don't know, I have tunnels, or you can call them plugs, but basically really big holes in my ears, and you can take the piercing out, and in Dan's mind, the what it looks like when the piercing is out is
Like a fish hook 'em.
a cat butthole.
A cat butthole that you just put your finger in and rip it right out.
Yeah, that was our first interaction. And I think after you called my ears a cat butthole, I was like, this guy's cool.
Yeah, but I was like, I have an important question for you. And you're like, oh, what is it? What is it? And then you just start laughing. You're like, that's not important at all. Good question.
Yeah, actually, I remember, I forget whoever I was with, but Nick Vega came up and was like, hey, do you guys have extra tickets? And we actually did have extra tickets. So we ended up giving you and whoever you were with some tickets, and that's how you got in.
Yeah. That was super fun.
Yeah.
I love that casino. I love going to fights there.
Yeah, that is always crazy because I feel like we drive all the way down there from here in Orange County. Pachanga Casino is like what?
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Yeah.
And we got so shit faced at that casino so many times.
Dude, you're at a casino. I mean, all that's around is liquor, slot machines, and everyone's raging. You're at a casino.
Bunch of degenerates.
Degeneration.
Gambling.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think after that we just started talking casually about music and fighting back and forth. You know?
We became social media friends and got each other's phone number. And then I invited you to the Golden God Awards.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. That was amazing.
And then you're like, I could come. I'm like, yeah, come on through. I know you'd appreciate it. You'd have fun.
What is the Golden God Awards for those who don't know?
They don't do it anymore, I don't think, but it was like a metal and rock award show. Mm-hmm. And they would give out awards to like best new talent. Yeah. Just basically just like any award show, but just made for rock and metal. And I remember Day to Remember was playing, and you were so fangirling over them. I look over at you, you're singing every word. I'm like, you fucking nerd. Fucking nerd.
For those of you who don't know, obviously Dan is a metal guy, and a lot of times people see us together and they think, oh, Ashley's a metalhead too. But the reality is that I'm a punk rocker at heart, and so there's all these metal bands playing, and then Dan's rocking out, and then I get all jazzed for A Day to Remember, who's definitely
like 75% punk. 25% metal, I guess.
They're like pretty
50-50.
They're pretty poppy punk even.
Yeah.
You know, like there's some singing part, like melody and a little bit of screaming, but they were the lightest band there for sure.
For sure.
I was like, woo! And then the other bands were there. Was that the same time that Slayer was there?
Probably.
Guns N' Roses. Pat Benatar.
It's really sick. It's at Club Nokia, which is actually kind of a small venue to see anybody. And I think any of the bands, the big bands, they only play like 3 songs. Like any award show, you just hit it and quit it real quick.
Yeah, it was amazing. And that was like early in our friendship that you invited me to that. You let me and Kelly go. And Kelly's a really big metal fan, my friend Kelly. And we had an amazing time. And then pretty much it was just parties and MMA fights and music festivals and...
My 30th birthday party.
Okay. So on Dan's 30th birthday party, oh my God, how old are you now?
Of turning in 2 weeks, I'll be 36.
Damn, we've been friends for like pretty much 7 years.
Yeah.
7 years, yeah. So Dan's 30th birthday party, he's having a house party. He invites me down in Temecula, right?
Yep.
And we go, and him and his bandmates live there. So it's a total bro house, metal bro house. And it's just a big rager. And we get there, we're watching the fights. And I remember who was fighting because it was Cisco Rivera versus Bruce Leroy.
Yep.
And I was going for Cisco, and you were going for Bruce Leroy. And we were like, all right, how are we going to make a bet?
Yeah, without betting money.
Without betting money. We didn't want to bet money. That's lame. So we're like, what can we bet? And I remember we were like, okay, loser has to jump off the house into the pool naked.
Yep.
And I was pretty confident in Cisco.
I wasn't confident at all. I was kind of hoping I lost because it's my birthday. I'm the one who should be naked anyways.
Yeah, well...
I was born that way.
Dad Getty lost the bet, thank God, and he is a man of his word. He jumped off into the pool from the roof of the house naked.
Yep, and let me tell you, man, those balls, when they hit the water, that does not feel very good. It's like, slap.
Yeah, those are some of my favorite memories. We have so many.
That party was fucking insane. People still talk about that one. I'll never be able to upgrade from that party, I don't think.
No, I don't know.
That was a good one.
I feel like
was in such a good mood.
Yeah, it really depends on kind of where you're at in your life. I feel like sometimes now we're like older, we're grown up.
Dinner.
We adult more. But like when you're young, you just, I don't know, you don't really care about shit. So
we had indica roots, like we had reggae play in the backyard too.
Oh yeah,
remember?
I remember that vaguely.
Yeah,
I might have been drinking a little bit.
Yeah, we all were.
Let's talk about Suicide Silence for a little bit. Everyone knows the band. You guys are the founders or creators of deathcore, which is the hardest sounding music I can even think of. Dan Kenny took me to a Cannibal Corpse concert one time at the Observatory, and I was just standing there, and it's the most gnarly music ever, and I'm like, okay, I'm not really enjoying the music per se, but I'm enjoying the atmosphere. It was...
You are like a little bit like Ace Ventura when he walks into the Cannibal Corpse show in that movie.
Shit.
Hey! You're getting slammed around, your beer's going everywhere.
Yeah.
But everyone was nice, but you definitely were feeling it, though. I think you're like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that show, and I've been to, I don't even know how many suicide shows now at different venues.
You have the free ticket for life thing going on.
Yeah, I'm really excited. You know, I got to know the whole band. I think we really bonded extra in Venice. Was it Venice when you guys recorded?
Oh my God.
So tell us about that album real quick.
Oh man, we recorded a whole album in Venice, which was right on the beach at a big old mansion at Ross Robinson's house, who was known for Slipknot and Korn.
Yeah.
And we stayed there for 6 weeks recording this fucking thing. And then I would always tell people to come down and visit me because we'd have days off, and fucking I'm the bass player, so 6 weeks. What the fuck? You want me to play for 6 weeks? No, you don't need me the whole time. So yeah, you came down. That was a rager of a weekend. Yeah, we would party at the Bug Lamp, Cabo Cantina.
Yeah. It's kind of a downer story, but at the same time, it's one of my favorites. I feel like, we won't go into great detail, but Dan was going through a breakup. And
yikes.
It was a rough one. And if Dan and I have done anything for each other over the years, we've always been there for each other. If I'm sad, Dan is someone I can call. If he's sad, I've been there for him numerous times. And I remember this was one of those situations where you were like, look, I just need to have fun. I'm recording this album. I'm very sad. So I was like, all right, what do I need to do? You're like, just come, party, hang out, get my mind off of this.
I still listen to that. If I listen to an album, which I don't listen to it, if I do listen to it, it's like my depressed album. So like I went to rehab after that album,
Yeah.
Like so it's like I was drinking when I was like by myself at that mansion, I'd be drinking a bottle of tequila, listening to fucking Typo Negative, just to crying in the dark till 4 a.m, and just pass out, wake up, and do it again.
Yeah.
But that album is fucking dark, man, for me.
I mean, I think, probably you tell me, like, whatever you're feeling at the time, it probably goes into the music. And I know you were in a dark place at that time. I tried to come and party with you in Venice at the mansion, and I think we had a lot of fun times. We met that girl, Paige.
Oh, yeah, she was great.
Yeah, we're still friends. We're befriended one of the bartenders because we were there a lot.
Like a good thing to do, especially when they become more than just an awesome bartender. I don't get to see her, but she's kind of a world traveler now, so good for her.
That's good. Yeah, we've made a lot of friends over the years for sure. We are definitely.
Dude, now I go back to Venice, it just feels weird. Venice is not like every time I go, it's just going back to that like same hole I was in.
Yeah.
But it's still cool. I went back the other day with my brother, like months ago, before we dropped him off at the airport, and I was just like, we went to Cabo Cantina for a drink. I was like, fuck, man, I would be here for like 6 hours a day.
Yeah. How is your brother?
He's great. He's doing awesome.
Yeah,
he's a pipe fitter. He fits pipes.
Yeah.
He's not a plumber. He's a pipe fitter.
So your brother lays pipes?
He lays pipes all day.
All right.
He shows me pictures of it. I don't want to see that. It's just pipes, though.
Okay. So I do want to talk about relationship stuff.
Okay.
It's first, let's get to know you. I already know you, obviously, but let's tell the listeners what's your status? So how do you identify sexually? And then what is your relationship status right now?
I am heterosexual in a relationship with my girlfriend.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Missy is her name.
I was like, are we allowed to say Missy's name?
Yeah, I'll say her name.
So how did you and Missy meet? And how long have you guys been dating?
Man. I met her like probably when I first joined the band, actually like 13 years ago or something. She was a little like, I always looked at her as a little like motocross chick, like fucking wearing Fox. She makes fun of me because she's like, I don't think I ever owned anything Fox or Metal Militia or any of that shit.
Yeah, the bro stuff.
So I would see her at like a brewery or a bar. We didn't even talk that much. I would just be like, hi, how you doing? What is it? And then like fast forward 8 years later, I was like, I remember you. I always thought you were cute, blah, blah, blah. And then I think I asked her out, and she wasn't partying at the time. So like how do I date a girl who doesn't
Yeah.
party? So she's like, just come over. I got some wine for you. I was like, I know what that means. You wanna do the no pants dance. So I went to her house. We did the wine, and then we started dating from there. And then I was living at Alex's house, my drummer, and she would travel to see me, and then I would go over to her house. And then we just started doing all this fun shit. And I thought of a story on the way here of when we started dating. We would get very drunk, and there was a park by our house, and we'd be like, it was 3:00 in the morning one time. This is how cool she is. And she's like, you want to go to the park? I'm like, yeah. Right when we get to the park, she goes, take off all your clothes. I was like, it's 3 a.m. and I'm wasted. Okay. I don't even think about it for 1 second. So then I found these pictures on my phone that I took then, but both of us are just naked on the swings, doing monkey bars.
Oh my God.
Me doing like the thing where you hold the swing handle and you do a backflip. You
Naked?
know? I did it naked. There's a picture of me doing it naked. It's not that flattering. Not that flattering.
Not that flattering.
But I was like thinking, if we got caught by the police or something, we could have been on Megan's Law. Probably couldn't go to Disneyland. That would have been dark. That would have been dark.
Yeah, that would have been
You're
bad.
at a child's playground. You were naked.
That's weird, yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm glad that didn't happen.
So how long have you and Missy been together now?
I think it's been like 3 years.
3
I don't
years.
think we ever put an actual like date on it.
Yeah, about 3
It's
years.
kind of just like, hey, we're a couple, right?
Yeah. Hey, don't fuck anybody else. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, cool. Deal.
Deal. So I wanted to ask, because I know you guys have been dating a lot during this pandemic, or you have been in a relationship during the pandemic. Have you had a long-term girlfriend like Missy, or even in the past, where you were touring a lot?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a huge thing, right, with musicians and relationships, touring, and I'm sure you obviously know the pros and cons that come with that. So I guess I just want to know, like, how do you deal with being in a relationship and being a professional, a professional musician who has to tour and has to be away?
Well, Missy is super lucky. She hasn't had to deal with much of that at all.
That's what I thought, because pandemic.
The 3 years, I mean, like the first year we were like writing the album, so I'd come home almost every single night.
Okay.
And then record the album. Then I did like a month tour. She was like, and then I did like South America for a little bit. Never did anything long. And then we did the pandemic. Obviously, she gets to keep me home every day. Now she's fucking sick of my ass. But the girlfriends before, they had to deal with fucking, this month, and then you have 2 weeks off, and then 2 months, and then you're doing your whole relationship on the phone, and it's just rough. Now I can see why like couples like that don't last, because it's hard, and I can see why like men who go in the military, their wives just like it's fucking other guys around town.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's brutal. Like people miss their significant others, so it's definitely hard to tour with a girlfriend. But I think as you get older, it definitely gets easier because you're less of a walking boner, I guess.
Yeah. Yes. But at the same time,
I'm
I don't.
calling women a walking boner too. I'm just talking about all of us
Yes,
like, being young and just like
Horny. Yeah. Well, I mean, have you ever ended a relationship because of touring? Like, didn't some girl just she couldn't take it anymore?
Kind of. My first girlfriend is probably the only girl I've ever really dumped. I've always been the dumpy.
Ugh.
But she wanted to call kids and marriage thing and like either slow the fuck down hard on touring or stop.
Did you say first girlfriend?
I think it's like my first real girlfriend.
And she wanted to have kids and.
Yeah, she has 2 kids now and a great husband. We're still friends. She got what she wanted for sure. But when we
weren't
broke
ready
up,
for that.
No way. I was like, fuck no. I was like, I'm ready to go out with fucking Slayer next week.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking walking down the church with you.
So did you end that one?
Yeah, I did. Still like the only one I really had to end because it just wasn't for me.
It sounds like you were being a good guy. You knew
I
that
think,
she wanted to.
I definitely was being a good guy. I could have put her through the ringer for another year or
Yeah.
something, made her lose hair.
Honestly, have you been? I know the answer to this, but have you been a good boy on tour?
I've been a good boy with, I think, all of my girlfriends except for like when I was in the Animosity days, my first band.
Yeah.
I was when you're young and you just, we start getting all the,
You're selfish.
You start getting all the free booze and all the women.
Yeah, that
and like,
too.
I mean, now it's just so like, bleh, whatever. You don't care. Back then you cared so much about all this stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, we get a hotel room. Let's fucking.
Yeah.
You just try to do everything Motley Crue did.
Oh God. I love that documentary, or it's not a documentary. It's a
The
what is
movie?
the
Machine Gun
movie.
Kelly in it, playing Tommy Lee.
I don't know.
That one?
But is the one on Netflix?
Yeah.
It's great.
That's pretty fun.
I literally, but like, I'm so like influenced by movies. I'm like, I want to rage.
Yeah.
Like, I watched that movie and I was like, oh, okay, I got to put something else on.
Don't you hate movies like that? Like, you go and see like do you go see like a Rager movie in the theater? Right when you get out, you're like, all right.
Yeah, I mean, think about for me now.
I know, it's
you
even
can rage,
harder.
but I'm like, push it down. Don't rage anymore.
I know. I quit smoking cigarettes a year ago.
I'm so proud
but
of you.
I'll still see someone smoke a cigarette in a movie. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
But seeing people rage in a movie, I don't know what movies like a party movie. Like The Hangover doesn't really count, but like some movies like that or something.
Yeah, party movies in general. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but Motley Crue movie, I can see like, ooh, let's try heroin tonight.
So I'm surprised that touring wasn't more of an issue. But if you were a good guy, then I guess, but it's not really your issue a lot of the times, right? It's if your partner has insecurity issues and doesn't trust you, trust issues, that kind of stuff.
I'm the one out there having the fun, like they go home into their bed every night. I'm the one who's like in Dallas tonight.
Yeah.
And like every show is a party, Everyone's there for a good time. I'm constantly surrounded by people.
Are there a lot of metal groupies?
That's tons.
Could you please tell me some groupie stories?
Oh my God.
Come on.
It used to be worse.
This is old Dan, guys. Old Dan.
It used to be even worse though. Because I feel like chicks would try to show off even more back then. I don't know how to explain it. But yes, let's get into some stories.
Okay.
There was this one time at band camp. There was these two girls. This is kind of a weird story, but from Peoria, Illinois, they had a reputation. They were twins. They had a reputation. If you want to let them on your bus, they'd make out with each other outside the bus. I know, right? But as soon as we all heard that, you better believe the blinds came up on the bus. Everyone looked outside the bus like, this can't be real. It sure enough happened. We let them on the bus, and then we told them to get off the bus. They just were just like
That's
messy.
it?
They're messy.
Oh, okay.
They're
yeah.
messy. Just
yeah.
messy, sloppy
Yeah.
drunk girls.
Damn.
They're really fucking fucked up twins. I thought about that story last night, and I didn't even want to tell it, but it was just so weird.
No, that's awesome.
But
I
another
mean,
funny one is the girl from Ft.Lauderdale, Florida. She was totally a stripper.
how do you always remember their location?
Because I remember like the outside of the venue, and the stories are so weird that I remember the destination.
Okay.
Some of them I don't. But this one, there's this stripper chick, huge fake tits, super hot, comes on the bus with her black, big, strong Bob Sapp looking like bouncer
Sapp.
guy. Yeah,
Bob Sapp.
Bob Sapp. He might have been Bob Sapp. But she comes on the bus. And we finally totally could tell she's an escort and a stripper.
Okay.
So then she's like trying to get us to pay for her. I don't even think she was at our concert. She was just like walking past the tour bus and thought, hey, these guys probably want to fucking
rock
see some hot
stars.
chicks. Yeah. So I don't think she ever got a dime of money, but she started stripping anyways or something. And then she goes, you guys ever seen a pierced butthole before?
What?
And all of us will go, no.
I have not.
And then she goes, do you want it? We all go, fuck yeah. So then she like shows us her butthole and it's pierced. And then she says, does anybody have any questions? And I was like, hell yeah, we got some questions. I was like, can I go first? I raised my hand like I'm in school. I was like, so does poop come out like a
Oh my God. like a
Froyo?
swirly, like a yeah.
Yeah. She goes, that's an alpha question. Next.
That's so gross.
Yeah, but I remember that woman, and I was just like, dang, that is the grossest, weirdest thing. Why would you ever pierce? I would pierce like anywhere else before that, I think. That'd
My
be
question would be, can
Yeah.
you still do butt stuff?
Sure, she probably can, but
How does a butt? Where do you pierce on the
hey,
butthole?
man, I had this.
You saw it. I didn't see it.
I mean, you can Google it.
No,
I'm sure it's a weird. I'm sure it's a normal thing within 6 people in the United States. Whoever decided to get it.
All right, these are crazy women. All right,
Yes.
these are groupies. These are metal groupies.
Yep. Yeah. I will tell a story about me. This does have to do with the groupie. It has to do with X being inside of my bunk. I had the top bunk of a tour bus, and I'm naked. We're naked. We're doing the thing. I'm hammered.
Did that happen a lot? Like everybody would just have sex on the tour bus?
Yeah, I mean, sex on the tour bus. I mean, where else are you gonna do it?
But like, would you have sex on the tour bus with your other bandmates there?
In the bus?
Yeah.
Hopefully they're not in the bunk alley, you know?
But were they?
I don't know.
Did you
I don't
ever
know.
like
Let me tell
consciously
you
know
this-
like, hey, Eddie's next to me, and
I'm sure it's happened. I'm sure it's happened. But I remember being up there and being drunk, and I was on the top bunk. This is the last tour I did a tour in the top bunk.
Okay.
So that
Is that the bottom? Is that like the bitch spot?
No, the bitch is in the middle. And
Okay.
then there's the top where you have to crawl up there.
That's
And
annoying.
then the bottom is the bottom.
Best one. Got it.
I like the middle one.
Okay.
But I remember we were doing the thing, and the door was open to the front lounge, and all of a sudden, I don't know, it's hard for two people to be in the bunk, but I fall out of the bunk. Let alone, I don't think anyone's ever seen me naked, but they see me naked with a boner now. And I'm at the point where I'm so drunk, I don't even think I'm trying to hide it. You know, I'm just like, hey guys! And just trying to crawl back up.
Yeah.
But me falling off actually did kind of get hurt. So I don't pick the top bunk anymore for pretty much that reason of falling out. And I definitely don't want to fall out naked.
Did you hurt your wiener?
I did not hurt my wiener.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God. That would have been real bad. I probably would have quit touring if that happened.
So total shift of gears, but you and I became friends because you're an MMA fan. I'm a music fan. We just clicked, right?
Yeah.
I know, but the listeners don't, that you wrestled in high school. Is that kind of like, the beginning of your love of contact sports?
I wrestled from like 6th grade to like 9th grade. 9th grade to the end of freshman year of wrestling, I figured out, hey, that's safe for me.
Yeah.
Number one, because like they wanted my grades to be good to keep wrestling, and I was like, wait, I have to have good grades and wrestle. It's like after wrestling practice, I don't want to go home and do homework.
Yeah.
I want to fucking pass out, man. You know. So, but I wrestled for that long. My brother was a wrestler too. He was better than me.
Yeah.
He kept going longer. But my love for MMA came from the shirt I'm wearing, Bloodsport.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My mom used to work at a bank. And she was like, there's a conference room. It was like free daycare for me and my brother.
Okay.
But there's a bunch of VHSs, like 3 or 4, not a bunch, but like 3 or 4 of them. But we would just watch Bloodsport so often. We would watch it, and then as soon as it was done, we just rewind it and do it again.
I can't believe I haven't seen the movie. Everyone
that
who
sucks.
is probably very disappointed in me. I just recently watched Scarface, thanks to my boyfriend. But I think Bloodsport's on the list, and I still have yet to see Godfather.
I haven't seen Godfather.
No?
No.
Not big on mob movies?
No.
No. All right. Well, I'll check out Bloodsport. And then did you get into Bloodsport and MMA before WWE?
Bloodsport came, oh no, WWE was before everything.
Because I know you wrestled, you loved
that was my
pro
first,
wrestling.
My first dream was to be a professional wrestler. Then I realized I don't know if I'm ever even gonna get past 5 feet tall, or past 130 pounds at the most.
But now you're 6 foot tall.
Now I'm 6 foot tall, but still wrestling wasn't in my cards, especially back then. But watching wrestling was like me and my brother's thing growing up, and we would go to the video store like often. Rent 5 movies for $5 for 5 nights.
Yeah, that's what we had in Ukiah
It's
too.
the best. Yeah.
5 movies, $5, 5
It's
days.
such a good deal.
New release video.
Yeah.
Nostalgia.
But we would get all 5 WWF, or
I
WCW.
I got 5 horror movies.
Friday the 13th, all those.
The worst ones.
Well, I'm sure we had had some nights like that, but usually it was wrestling.
Wrestling.
And I remember we've seen every single one. And at the bottom row, there was like UFC 1 through 8. So then we were like, all right, let's see what this is, And then we see, it's fighting.
And
we
a
didn't
VHS.
we didn't even know if it was. We didn't even know what it was like at all. And then once you see a cage, you see 2 men, one's big fat Samoan guy versus a fucking guy in a karate outfit. You're like, this is insane. What the hell is this? So then we rented all those. We've seen all of them. Then we fell in love with that.
1 to 8 on 1 to 8 UFC 1 to 8 on VHS.
I think so. I think that's what it was.
You're like the OG fan.
Yeah.
That's as classic as you can get.
Dude.
So now here we are in 260 something. I don't even know.
264, I think, is
Yeah.
next, or 266.
And let's face it, you and I both know that you knew way fucking more about MMA and fighting than I probably ever will.
I think it's because while you're at the gym working out, I'm fucking Googling people. No, I think I probably have Asperger's, to be honest with you. Like, I know so much about metal and...
Let me do a test. Okay.
Oh, no, don't test me right now.
Okay. I know. I gave you this one. That was an easy one. What about UFC 200? Who headlined? Is that an easy one or a hard
No,
one?
I'm not good at this.
Damn. Okay.
That's the one that's hard for me. That's like so like telling me like, um, yeah, telling you what's like if you tell me like what city not the last you've seen, but the one before that was in. Well, I know the answer to that, but the city it's in is hard, and who headlines is kind of hard.
Yeah. It's not hard anymore. It's Apex or Fight Island.
Now it's once every just a couple times a month though, so it's like now it's even harder.
Now we're back. Yeah, no, actually, this weekend is the first weekend they haven't had a fight in months.
My girlfriend is so stoked. She's so stoked.
Fuck yes, we could do something else.
Yeah, we can. Oh yeah, I don't have to like be worried about it. Where what time does it start?
Does it get on Missy's nerves? I mean,
Oh my god, we're like total the same, total opposite though. Like I love sports. She just like they're so boring to her. Like she'll watch you fight, she'll watch Carla fight, she'll watch like Christos fight or
Keith Berry.
She'll watch like someone who she's met, who she knows fight before. But like or she'll watch Conor McGregor because he's huge or something. But if there's like a sick fight, she doesn't give a fuck. She'll be outside listening to fucking Pink Floyd.
I thought I might know the answer to this question since we're friends, but I can't think of it. Have you ever done online dating? Any kind? Tinder? Yeah?
Yeah.
What was your experience like with that?
The only chick I ever dated from Plenty of Fish ended up being like kind of a girlfriend. She was awesome. I don't think I ever had a bad experience with that one.
Did you ever do Tinder? Like
I did Tinder when I was single and lonely, and living at my guitar player's house. And Temecula doesn't have, and I'm so picky, so it actually only swiped right on the chicks I thought were super hot or super cool.
Are you picky?
I'm very picky, and I didn't get any matches really, so I was like, I'm deleting this because I feel like a fucking dork.
Oh, I remember. You know what? Okay, I remember you sent me your picture, and you were like, "Is this a good picture? I'm not getting any matches."
Yeah,
and
what's
I was
wrong
like,
with me?
"Oh,
Do I need to show my teeth? Like what? More tattoos? What do I do?
Oh yeah, you did do that.
Yeah,
So
there's some people I see that just swipe right on every chick just so they get matches. You know,
that's not the way.
But
to
me,
do it.
I'm like 1 out of like 200 get a right swipe from me. You know?
So if you're super picky, then what are your criteria? What are your pros and cons?
Oh, man.
What are your deal breakers and what are things that you look for?
Deal breakers, I really hate bad teeth.
Yeah.
And I hate bad hands and don't like bad hands.
What makes a bad pair of hands?
Because
I got some sausage fingers.
No, not that's fine. Sausages are great, but no, like I'm talking like chicks who like kind of have like longer nails but don't take care of them. They might have a little dirt under them because they might be gardening or something.
Tweaker nails.
Tweaker nails.
Tweaker nails.
Tweaker nails.
Come on, let's say what they are.
Nobody really has tweaker nails anymore, but yeah, just nice kept hands
and feet.
I mean, I hate feet, but
do you hate feet?
I hate feet. I won't even touch my girlfriend's feet.
Yeah.
I'll massage her anywhere else on her body except for them feet.
I think my boyfriend, I know he massages my feet, but he's always like this, like, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know he doesn't like feet either, but he'll do it because he loves me. So I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're gross. Let's face it. Feet are fucking gross. And I'm sorry for all you foot fetish fans that are listening, but it just, we walk on them. I personally train on a mat every other day at least, and
mats are just made of
ringworm,
other people's sweat and I've had ringworm. I had a ringworm on my face once. That was on my cheek.
Yeah, I had impetigo right there too.
Ooh.
Yep, right there on my face.
I didn't even have a picture of it because I don't want to remember it.
Yeah, no one takes a picture of that stuff.
I think it also was. Well, I was Phantom of the Opera. It was right around Halloween, so it was kind of perfect. So
was it when you were wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. God. It's like, just goes hand in hand with wrestling.
Having them on your neck and trying to hide them with like a scarf. Oh, dude, they're disgusting. Man, I wonder why I got ringworm so much. Dirty wrestler guy.
Yeah. Well, okay, so feet have to be
kept great.
All right. And then what else? What are some other deal breakers?
Deal breakers?
Like unfortunately, I know it sounds like an asshole, but I don't want children. Before me and my guy started dating, it was like if a guy started talking to me and he had a kid, it was just like, oh, no, thank you.
I mean, that just adds a whole new wrench to the situation, Yeah. Like you guys are trying to be selfish and get to know each other, but now you got to fucking hold hands with some little turd and bring him to the beach and shit. Yeah. Fuck this. Yeah.
Would you have dated Missy if she had a kid?
Probably not.
Yeah.
But that's just being honest.
You know what you want, and some people would say, oh, that's very selfish or blah blah blah, but I know what I want for my life, and I don't want children.
I'm definitely I consider myself selfish, and one of my selfish things is spending time with the people like my girl.
Yeah.
You know,
That's your love language.
Yeah. My love. I had to look those up because of you.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know what the hell love language was. I was like, mine is English. I love you.
I love you.
Yeah. Not Dio Amor or whatever.
Okay, so we got, I think let's see if we can get them together, but it's physical touch.
Physical touch.
Words of affirmation. Quality time together.
Yep.
Gifts. And, oh, fuck.
I think the oh fuck might be the one.
No. So it's physical touch, quality time, words of affirmation, gifts.
Oh, and the acts.
Oh, yeah, like acts.
Yeah, that's mine.
Acts that help you.
That's mine.
Okay, so you like when someone else does something for you.
Yeah. No, I like to do something else for them.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
It's like, just to make their, come home and like, oh, dogs are fed, hey, I vacuumed today.
Dude, it's so nice.
And like little shit like that. Or like, hey, man, I went to the grocery store. I got your favorite ice cream. It's in the freezer. What? Like,
yeah.
That's how I give it.
Yeah, it's being thoughtful.
Yeah.
Right. And then how do you like to receive love? Same thing? Well.
Take a guess. No. No, I don't know. Kind of the same thing, but I also do like words too.
Words of affirmation.
And
is Missy very complimentary and lovey?
I get a babe here and there.
I know Missy and I love her, but she's definitely
she's way tougher than me.
She's tough.
She wears the pants in the relationship, and I wear the camo shorts.
Very metal. Yeah, Missy's great. All right, so Missy, I'm assuming she's got nice feet and
she's got the prettiest tiny little
dainty toes,
kept feet, but still. You can have winner of best feet in the world, and I still don't even want to touch them.
Missy's blonde. Is
I don't even like my own feet, and they're really great. I mean, they're fine. They're really kept. I would never let someone else cut my own toenails. Do they do that at the pedicures?
Yeah.
Yeah, never would I ever let anyone else. I don't trust them.
Okay, so not only do you not have a foot fetish, it sounds like you have
a foot obsession.
Foot revulsions.
Yeah. I might, dude. I would definitely get a foot massage though. I just don't want to give one.
Well, I want to start getting to the dirty stuff.
Dirty.
Okay.
We are defeaters dirty as a guest for me. But go ahead.
Seriously. Well, I know we know each other, but this is not stuff we talk about all the time. So I want to ask, what's one of your favorite sexual memories? Or maybe an embarrassing one. It could be
embarrassing one?
In good, bad, embarrassing.
I thought of an embarrassing one on the way here.
All right.
And it's not embarrassing. It's just kind of weird.
Hit us.
I was with my girlfriend number 2, I think. We were in Las Vegas, and I don't know why. We just thought if we try to bone somewhere where no one would see us at the casino, which is a very populated place, we ended up going to the bathroom, and we're in the handicap stall, and the whole time I can't stop thinking about, this is fucking disgusting, this is gross, this is weird.
Yeah.
But so can she. So we just, as soon as we start, we stop. So that place, I don't know how many people have done that, but that's not a good place to do it.
I mean, I've never had sex in a bathroom because I'm too in my head about it. Like I'm just like. Even
that's
when
where pee and poos goes.
Yeah, like don't touch anything, like you can't enjoy yourself because you're thinking about germs and nastiness the whole time.
You can't touch anything.
Yeah, but I feel like you always see it in movies,
Oh my God, in movies it's in every movie.
And they make it look all romantic and sexy.
Especially in Step Brothers when that girl comes behind John C. Reilly, she's like, "Hey, want to suck my dick for money?" And then she like puts her leg up on the urinal, she starts fucking him all crazy. And then
I forget that part.
Oh, you do. It's funny.
Yeah,
that's definitely a bathroom scene.
And they make it look all sexy, but realistically, you're probably smelling poo-poo.
Oh yeah, man, you're smelling peas and poos.
So,
yeah, but good stories. I don't know. I feel like every time I have sex, it's a pretty good time.
Pretty good time.
So, they're all pretty awesome.
When did you have sex for the first time? When did you lose your virginity?
See,
I feel like I'm gonna guess. Just because you're a sweet boy, like you're metal.
25.
No. But I guess like 18.
I think I was almost 18.
Oh, yes.
It was right around the end of high school. High school, I wasn't really chasing girls. I was or going to parties, really. I just wanted to be in my garage and play guitar.
You just nerded
my
out
weekends,
on guitar.
I just wanted to rip with my friends and just get better at guitar.
Yeah.
But finally, I was like, hey, I'm pretty good at guitar. Guess I can start going to these parties now. So then I ended up hooking up with one of my biggest crushes back then at a bonfire. Took her home.
When?
And it lasted about 2.5 minutes. And then I remember coming out. I think I was all sweaty too. It was like, and then I came out. My brother was just going into the bathroom. We had 2 rooms next to each other. And then he looks at me. He goes, "Yeah," and he's like 2.5 years younger. And then I guess it's claimed to his fame of his story of it. Apparently, I said, "Fucking finally, man." And I don't remember that at all. But to this day, he'll still be like, "Hey, fucking finally, right?"
I believe Pat. That's awesome. That's a good first time.
Almost 18, I think. So I think I just made it to where I'd be still before 18. So I just made it.
That's like nice boy stuff.
Nice boy stuff. I know. All my fucking crazy friends were all like 13.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like guys, like, it's like inside of you, like, come, just have sex
walking
with
boner.
Yeah, just walking boners.
Walking boner.
Yeah.
Us guys would get boners in the middle of class.
And women, girls, I remember as a young girl being like, okay, it's this one guy, I want to have sex with him. I had a crush on him. Yeah. It's going to be so nice. You create this, idea of what it's going to be like. And guys are just like, I don't care who it is. I just want to fuck.
Yeah. Fuck and then have like a bowl of cereal and high five their friends.
Yeah. All right, Dead Kitty, are you ready for the lightning sex round?
Oh man,
okay.
I've been listening to this podcast. I'm very familiar.
I know. Dan is actually, I don't know, creative associate, I guess would be the best term. He's such a good friend that always I'm spitballing, throwing ideas at him. He's texting me randomly like, "Hey, this is a good segment for the podcast."
Yeah.
I think you're the reason we do Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure you gave me that idea.
It's a fun game, and I play it all the time. I'll be at my house drinking with friends, and we'll just come up with the most fucked up ones ever. Some of them are really appropriate. We probably can't have a podcast.
All right, lightning sex round is where I ask one word or one phrase, and the guest has to give a rapid fire answer, yes or no, no downtime, unless you feel so inclined to elaborate, which we started adding that in. It gets pretty interesting when people want to elaborate on the lightning sex round. So Let's go. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, lightning sex round. Dan Kenny, do you dirty talk in bed?
Not really.
Spank or like to be spanked?
I don't really like. Nope. Don't really like it.
Don't like it. Biting?
No.
Choking?
A tiny little bit.
Threesomes?
Down.
Do you watch porn?
I definitely do.
Any fetishes like feet?
Fuck no.
Bodily fluid fetish?
I think the only time if you pee on a girlfriend in a shower once to be funny, that's all. You don't, but no, pee is weird. And poos.
Bondage like ropes, blindfolds, handcuffs?
I've never really done it, but I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Right. Any role playing?
Never really role played, but okay. I think it's cool, I guess.
Yeah. Butt stuff on you or a partner?
That could be very fun.
Do you use sex toys?
That could be fun too.
Ever been to a sex club or a swingers party?
Almost. I didn't go. I got invited to go to this place called the Power Exchange in San Francisco. Yeah, I know. And I chickened out. Why? Because it's called the fucking Power Exchange.
Sounds like there's no ladies there.
I think there's tons of ladies there with people doing sex acts in front of you. You could join if you want. Yeah, I didn't go. You could drink there and just like chill, but like there's only like a certain amount of people in who aren't doing the fucking, I think.
Yeah.
I think
especially if you're a guy. Then
I think it's still there. But I chickened out. So it's sex clubs. Yeah, I don't think it's for me.
Yeah.
Power Exchange, yuck.
And are you a lingerie lover?
A little bit.
Little bit?
Prefer the nudes.
Yeah. You don't need one more step between you and sex.
No.
Okay. All right. Congratulations,
it's like you take out a pair of pants and then you put another pair of pants. No. But thank you.
You did
great.
Did I pass? Yeah, you passed. Okay, now we're going to do the Pat Kenny, his brother, gave us a Fuck, Marry, Kill specifically for you.
Oh, my God.
So I think he just knows you're such a big MMA fan and you guys have probably talked. So he gave you the most powerful ladies I could think of. Well, some of them, but you got to choose between Amanda Nunes, Chris Cyborg, and Betch Correa.
Oh, man.
Who do you want to fuck?
I was hoping that Pat was going to give me some, like, Gina Carano and shit like
that. No, it's your brother.
No, he makes it hard.
So, yeah.
Well, either way, they'll all defend my honor and take care of me. In case I get mugged in the streets.
They're all going to take very good care of you.
Man. Fuck Patrick. Fuck you, man.
Fuck you, Pat.
Well, let's start with who I'd want to marry.
Okay, yeah.
Let's
Either
marry,
Amanda, Cyborg, or Betch.
I think I'd marry Amanda.
I just realized they're all Brazilian.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Brazil's got the hottest chicks.
I feel like who has the best English? Because you have to talk to them every day.
Probably Amanda's probably the best now.
Then
I think.
I would marry Amanda, and she's very
marry
motherly
Amanda.
now. Okay.
Marry Amanda.
Marry Amanda.
I'd fuck Cyborg just so I can say I fucked Cyborg.
Okay. Cyborg fucks you.
Yeah. That was the last time my penis ever got hard. And then I'd kill that little Betcha Correa. I'd kill her.
Is she still in the UFC?
I think so. She always ends up on cards somehow.
Yeah, I feel like she got cut.
I feel like she never even announced on the card. You're just watching, and then she just comes
she's
up.
Back.
Oh, she's fighting. Oh, I didn't even know she wasn't even announced on this card.
I know. I wanted to fight her. I mean, I still would, but
then
she wasn't in the UFC. Then she got back. Then I got injured. But yeah, I would fight her for sure.
Of course, I'd watch that.
I think that'd be a great fight.
But
anyway, okay, fan question time. I'm very excited because all these were really diverse. Not all sex, not all music, but good ones.
Yeah.
You ready?
I'm excited for the fan questions.
Okay. At your URS Brickslayer, what's on telly in the back while making out with all the wild groupies? Either Slayer live videos or an MMA fight with super sexy Ashley MMA.
Jesus.
He has a picture of how you live your life.
All those times we're making out with those groupies back there on the bus.
Yeah.
Man, it's usually all we have is either MMA or Slayer. We usually just watch MMA and listen to Slayer.
Yeah, all right.
That's what we do. Live Slayer, though.
While you're making out.
Yeah, making out like teens.
Okay, at Mr. David Adam Tucker, what pedals do you use on your bass rig?
The only bass pedal I use is a bass driver from Sanzam. I still use that thing. I try other pedals, other drivers. Not nearly as sick as that thing. And then obviously just a tuner. But most of my tone comes from my head.
All right. And then at Samuel the God 90, how do you balance your relationship and music career?
It's hard. But like I said, the relationship I'm in now has been so easy because I haven't had to do much touring. But I guess I'll have to figure it out again when we start touring.
Is there anything that you know?
What not to do?
I mean, it's obviously trial and error, and I feel like Missy. I know Missy is the best. I feel like Missy's the best partner that you've been with in the years that I've been your friend, about 7 years, and so I really don't want you to fuck it up.
Yeah, she's definitely the toughest, and she understands me probably the best. But yeah, communication will be definitely key when I go back on the road.
Yeah, communication.
It's hard as fuck when you're in Europe though, because time difference, you know.
Yeah, and how long is this upcoming tour?
Oh, this next tour is like 2.5 months. But it's in the United States, so I can FaceTime her whenever I want. And also,
she just had a whole pandemic with you. She's probably like, peace.
I know, she probably can't
Get
wait.
the fuck out.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, at gear666._ favorite band to play for besides Suicide Silence, obviously.
Who would I pick to play for?
Favorite band to play for? I mean, do you ever do any like guest?
No, I'm pretty much committed guy with Suicide. But
yeah, is that a thing that musicians do? They just
but musicians like
I know Alex did a whole bunch of stuff.
My gig is so good that I don't really want to go anywhere else.
Yeah,
but like Alex is so artistic that he can't even like take a break.
Yeah, his drummer is I feel like he
played in Metalachi,
and then he played with that girl from Youth Code. I really like Youth Code.
Yeah, he was in something Blades.
Something like
Heaven's
that.
Blade.
Heaven's Blade, yeah. But, he's like on the other end, I feel like you just primarily focus on Suicide.
Yep.
And then Alex is over here doing a million different projects.
Yeah, I'll sleep for 12 hours. He wants to sleep for 6 and we'll do something else for those 6.
Yeah. Okay. At Joel Odious, favorite bass player ever?
Definitely not you, Joel.
Oh, you know that person?
Yeah, I know him.
I'm all, who's Joel Odious?
Favorite bass player of Alex Webster of Cannibal Corpse.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And Derek Boyer of Suffocation.
Yeah, you introduced me. So nothing bad about Cannibal Corpse, by the way, guys. The singer,
George Corpse Grinder Fisher.
Yeah, such a sweet guy, nice ass guy.
Sweet as it gets.
I'm like, those sounds come out of your body.
It's like you look at him. He looks like you could look like a grenade on the outside. But then you open the grenade, it's just like a strawberry.
Butterflies come out.
Yeah, butterflies come out.
It's like little Nicky when he's like, release the evil.
Yeah, he's the best.
Got it. At Persic_12, how did you feel at your first concert? Were you stressed?
Oh my God, I was only like 19 or something. My first band, Carnivorous. I think it was by Santa Cruz, California, at a bar. I couldn't even go inside until we played, and then there was like 30 people there.
Oh yeah,
because
you're underage.
Yeah, and I was playing guitar at the time, and I was so perfectionist on these songs I wrote. Even missing one note, I'd fucking punch myself in the face,
Mm-hmm.
So that was definitely very stressful. I don't really get stressed out anymore, but back then I would.
I love, so obviously I've been to so many of your shows, and my favorite, I forget what show it was, but I'm always backstage and before you guys even go out, sometimes, always after, but even sometimes before we get to hang out. And I remember before you were like, taking a shot, take another shot, and you were like, and you're shadow boxing, and you're like getting ready to go on stage. And I was like, are you going to fight or are you going to shadow box? And you go out and you fucking killed it. And you came back and we were backstage hanging out, and you're like, I feel like, like if this is an MMA fight, I feel like the first and second round I didn't do so good, but I fucking came back and I killed it in the third round. And and I'm like, you did great. And you're like, yeah, I won that. I
won that fight.
Okay, let's see. We got a couple more.
I forgot about that.
I'm gonna say it wrong. His Instagram handle name is Yaman Herm. It's Eddie.
It's my singer Eddie.
How do you say his Instagram name?
Yaman Herm or something.
Oh, Yaman Herm, and that's Eddie, his singer. Yeah. Good question. 80s long butts or big butts?
What's an 80s long butt?
Like the long back? Like, like in the
girls who have really long backs?
Before...
Small butt cracks?
Before, like, having a big booty was a thing where you did squats. Like, it was just kind of like flat booties were a thing.
Yeah.
So you like flat booty or you like a big booty?
Why the fuck would you ask me that, Eddie?
It's a sex podcast,
duh.
Oh.
I like the teenage boy butt. No.
No.
I like nice booties, my man.
Okay, you knew that.
Yeah. Well,
thanks, Eddie.
What the fuck?
At Nick.Corey, shout out Air Media and Productions. They help us with our graphics. Super cool guy from Amsterdam. Most memorable tour hookup story.
Oh. Probably the one falling out of my bunk with the boner.
Yeah.
Everybody
saw your wiener.
Yeah, everyone saw my hard wiener. I don't think anyone in my band seen me naked before, yet let alone completely naked like that.
Are you a grower or a shower?
Grower.
You're like, whew.
Yeah, that's why I moved away from the cold weather.
Got it. Okay. And then last fan question. At T.Ponakaitis01, have you ever had any weird requests from fans after concerts or shows?
Yeah, people like to... I've signed some weird things like pregnant bellies and like.
They probably did. They ever ask for your clothes or something?
Oh yeah.
I feel like they probably were like, "Can I have your shirt? Can I have your?"
Guy who wanted to collect all these. He wanted to collect band members' shoes, and like after like tour shoes, like sweaty shoes.
That's a sexual fetish.
I know.
Oh
our
man!
Our singer Mitch, before he passed, he definitely sold some of his shoes to this guy. For top dollar, I think. Like he's like, fuck it, man. I have a daughter. If you want to buy my shoes, fuck it. I'll send you my shoes and spend this money on her. But yes, he probably has a bunch of Toms that just smell like Mitch's rotten feet.
Oh my god,
pretty gross.
I never got to meet Mitch, but I've heard awesome stories, and he was a very attractive guy. Was he like promiscuous or lady killer?
He was always married.
Oh yeah, okay,
so
that's good.
He was good on the road. He just wanted.
I think
he just wanted to have some fun, a little bit of fun, and make some money for his daughter and shit.
I think that's why it's probably easier for you to be a good guy on tour, because I know all your other band members. Yeah. Mark was in a relationship for a very long time, and he was always like Mr. Relationship, good on tour. I know.
All of us, I feel like there's times where all of us are in a relationship, and there's very seldom small times that all of us are single.
Oof, that must have been buck wild time.
We don't talk about those times.
Don't talk about those times. What happens during single single time. Stays during single time. All right. So I want to talk briefly before we jump off here about what you have coming up, because you did a virtual tour during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Super bad. I bought tickets just to support. You guys did some funny ass skits. Can you still see those?
You can still see them on YouTube, I think. If you just search in like Suicide Sounds virtual world tour skit. I don't know. It
was cool. It was really cool. And I'm happy you guys did that for your fans, because a lot of bands didn't do that. It was just like...
There's nothing musical related to watch.
Yeah, hold. And you guys went out of your way, did a virtual tour, connected with your fans, took fan questions.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Now, where do you guys stand? I know you have a tour coming up.
Yeah, so we have a show in September in Florida with like Limp Bizkit and Wu-Tang Clan and Machine Gun Kelly. It's very diverse. It's 7 Dust. It's like really random festival. And then we have like 3 weeks off, and then we start a tour with Ginger, who is from Ukraine. Huh. My drummer is actually married to the singer of Ginger.
Oh, yes.
So,
okay, I met her. She's super cool. She came to my house to pick up vegan supplements.
Hey.
What's her name again?
Her name is Tatiana.
Tatiana, yeah. She's
so
cool.
Yeah, so we're doing that tour, and it's like October, November, December, and the tickets are already on sale, and like about 8 of them are already sold out. Like big rooms too, and I'm like, fuck. And like the Belasco in LA is already sold out.
So you just got to basically jump right back into crazy.
I have to figure out how to play bass again.
Get my shit together.
Yeah, I get my shit together.
And when does that start? When's the first day of tour?
It's October 20th or something.
Damn,
Halloween's going to be in Vegas at the Mandalay Bay and at the House of Blues, I think.
I want to go.
You should come.
Okay.
It's Halloween. You gotta dress up.
Yeah, me and the boyfriend love Halloween, and unfortunately...
Love Las Vegas.
I don't love Las Vegas.
Okay, good. I don't either.
But yeah, the pandemic has messed up the last couple holidays for us. So we're like, that's it. The next time we can actually do something fun for Halloween, we're going hard.
Yeah,
so.
we play in the House of Blues.
Okay, we'll do that. But yeah, so guys, go on what website? SuicideSilence.com. Where can you buy tickets?
SuicideSilence.net. I don't know. Go on Instagram. Fucking
Google us, bitch.
Yeah, if you can't find tickets, there's something really wrong with you.
Okay. Buy your tickets now, guys. It's selling out. And then if you want to stay in contact with Dan or Suicide, they've got all their social media handles up there. Where can we find you?
Just at Dan Kenny on everything.
You ever
it's
do
so easy.
the Twitter or the TikTok?
Yeah, Twitter. I don't have a TikTok.
For the young kids.
Yeah, no, just Twitter and Instagram.
Okay. That's about it.
Facebook is personal. So don't try to find me.
Don't try to find me. Okay. All right. And that's all I wanted to talk about. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We're going to hang out after this because we don't really get to hang out in person too much.
Yep.
But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. High five. That is the end of the show, guys. Episode 53. And I guess technically season 2. Do we do podcast seasons? I don't know. Episode 53, season 2. We're on a new year. We're stepping the game up. Very excited. We're going to be bringing you some amazing guests this year. I really want to tell you, but at the same time, they tell you don't tell ahead of time just in case shit happens, but stay tuned. It's going to be amazing. People are going to come on, talk about sex, violence, and pretty much anything in between. And I think if we've learned something from Dan's episode, it's that whether you're getting ready for an MMA fight or getting ready to tour the world, love is hard. It's going to take patience and understanding and trial and error and a lot of other things that I don't have but hope to have in the future. Like always, guys, I'm wishing you the best. I hope that you find the love you deserve. And if you're an asshole, you probably need extra love because let's face it, most of you assholes just need to get laid. So what do I always tell you guys? Be kind, be grateful, but don't take shit from anyone. I want to give a special thank you to Tomorrow Kid Studio at Tomorrow Kid Studio, DJ Zol at DJ Zol, and as always, you can find us on Instagram at Sex and Violence with Rebel Girl and myself at Ashley MMA. Tune in next week to hear more tales of sex and violence.